In this video, we will discuss collectors.mapping operator. Collectors class mapping method takes a function and another collector and creates a new collector which apply the function and then collect the map element using the given collectors. Example is collectors.mapping instructor get name and collectors.toList. You may be wondering that we already have stream.map available, so why we need this another collectors.mapping operator? Because in the stream we can do the same thing using .map instructor get name and then afterwards .collect collectors.toList. These collector operations are helpful for downstream operations of another collector. Let's look an example here. Here in this case we are using as a downstream operator for grouping by. Instructor.getAll.stream.collect collectors.groupby instructor get years of experience and collectors.mapping. We'll be discussing more about grouping by and downstream operations of collectors in future section. So for the time being, this is helpful for downstream operations of another collector. Now let's look at the example of mapping in IntelliJ. Let's create a new class and the class name is collector mapping example. And let's create public static void main. And what we'll be doing is that we'll be collecting names of instructor using our .map operator which we already have used, and then afterwards we'll be using the collectors.mapping. So in this case using the map operator of a string. So list of string and names list is equal to instructors dot get all dot stream dot map, and here instructors get name and then dot collect and collectors dot toList. So this is we have been doing, and then afterwards name list dot for each and system dot out dot println. Now let's create the same thing using mapping. So names list is equal to instructors dot get all dot stream dot collect, and then here collectors dot mapping, and then instructor get name and collectors dot toList. And then afterwards name list dot for each and names list dot for each and system dot out dot println. Colon println. Now let's run this example. You can see that the first one map operator printed Mike, Jenny, Jean, Anthony and Syed, and then the second one printed Mike, Jenny, Jean, Anthony and Syed. So mapping and map operator functions the same, but mapping operators is helpful in downstream operators. So now let's take an example of mapping operators using as a downstream operator of another collector. We'll be looking at more details of grouping by in future, but for the time being, just for the sake of explaining why mapping operator is needed, I'm just showing this example, and we'll be going in this example in the future section in details. So in this example, we are grouping by instructors by their years of experience. So instructor dot get all dot stream dot collect and collectors dot grouping by. So grouping by basically takes, if you look at the grouping by, and grouping by basically takes a function and a collector. So it basically takes a function and then also a collector. In this collector we can apply a mapping. So grouping by and instructor get name, an instructor get years of experience because we are grouping by years of experience, and then comma because it's a grouping by takes two arguments, and then collectors dot mapping instructor colon colon get name and collectors dot toList. It is complaining about something, so instructor.getAll.getStream dot collect collectors dot grouping by instructor get years of experience. Here it's pressed. Okay, and here it is assigned to map because it's a map of integer which contains the years of experience and list of instructors, because we are grouping by instructors by their years of experience. So years of experience is integer and list of string is instructors, and map years of experience and names is equal to and here it is complaining about map. Oh, map this. Okay, so now, so here what we are doing is that we are creating a map of years of experience and instructors, map years of experience and names, and then it's the names of the instructors. So map years of experience and names, instructor.getAll.stream, and then collect. Afterwards we are applying collectors.grouping by years of experience of the constructor, and then we are applying a mapping of instructor get name and collecting it in the list. Now let's print it out. Map. So here to print out the map we'll be using now to print out the map we'll be using the for each. So map years of experience dot for each, and it will give us key and value, and we'll be looping through the key and value and printing it out. Key is key plus value is plus value. Now let's run this example. So we already have seen the example where it printed out Jenny, Jean, Anthony, Syed, and Mike, Jenny, Jean, Anthony, Syed. Here, this is the example of grouping by. So key 5 value is equal to Jenny. So 5 years of experience. Jenny has 5 years of experience. 6 years of experience. Jean has 6 years of experience. Mike has 10 years of experience. And we are grouping by this one. So 15 years of experience both Anthony and Syed has. So this group by with the string is that what we are doing with grouping by. So grouping by and then mapping it to the name. So this is an example. We can use mapping for downstream operations.